up? What up? Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Happy Sunday, happy solid, soulful Sunday. Happy Sunday, peace and love, peace and love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to another edition, another episode of Sunday Light, where we come to you Sunday mornings, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, man, to just bring some words of power, some words of encouragement, some words of refinement, some perspective that can help you on your journey, that can help push you forward, that can propel you, and all of those good things, man. That's what we're here for. I am your host, LaShawn Sugar Ray Marston, also known as World Healer. And my ministry is Heal the World Ministries. That is my life's mission, is to heal the world and make it a better place. You know the rest, for you and for me and for the entire human race, through all of the ways. But one way that we can do that is by sharing our lived experience. One way I do that is by sharing my lived experience, sharing my perspective, doing what I can to empower you guys and encourage folks as I empower and encourage myself through perception, right? Through my philosophy, through the story I tell myself, through how I talk to myself, how I communicate with myself. So that's what Sunday Light is about. We have another episode today where we're going to talk about the purpose of your pain, right? Your pain has a purpose. Get something from it. Your pain has a purpose. Get something from it. Your pain, you are not going through what you're going through just because. There is a purpose to your pain, and you have the ability to extract something from it as opposed to just going through it. Mona Love, happy Sunday, my beautiful love, my beautiful fiance, soon to be my wife, laid up in the bed, all beautiful. How you be? Right? Peace and love. Great rising, great rising, great rising. Let us burn some sage and get into a prayer. Right? Let us get into a prayer this week before we get the conversation flowing. I got some real perspectives I would like to share with you guys. You guys know that not different than any other human, right? But I've experienced some pain, man. I've experienced some things on every level: physical, mental, emotional pain. Experienced a lot of pain. And it's like a torch. And I like to think that I'm doing pretty good in spite of the pain, in spite of the pain, the depth of the pains that I felt. I think I'm doing pretty good. And so my prayer for all of you this morning, my prayer for the world this morning, my prayer for all of us this morning on this Sunday morning is that we get something from our pain. All of us are going to go through pain. Every single human is going to experience some level of pain. Mental, physical, emotional, spiritual. And I pray and I hope, sincerely pray, that we get something from it, that we allow our pain to propel us, that we have the insight to extract wisdom and to reflect as we are enduring, as we are going through. I pray that all of us experiences pain that doesn't kill us, pain that doesn't break us, pain that may make us not feel so great, but pain that propels us, pain that refines us. I pray that we have that wisdom. I pray that we have teachers, that we all have teachers around us, and we all have supporters around us, that as we go through pain, we have a bit of a cushion to lay back on, whether to vent, whether to get some guidance and advice, whether to just get a hug, to just be able to cry in a safe space. I pray that we all have that, and I pray that we all are that for someone else. I pray that each and every person who hears this message, and each and every person who is connected to a person who hears this message, makes themselves a source of comfort for the people in their lives going through pain. Make yourself a source of comfort. Make yourself a source of love. Make yourself a source of peace. Make yourself a source of comfort, a source of strength. A reminder, make yourself a reminder that it's not that bad. Life is not over. I pray that we all get that understanding, that no matter how tough it is, as long as we are breathing, as long as we have life, it is not over. That is my prayer for us this morning. Because I could pray that we don't go through the pains that we go through. And I could pray and I could tell you that your pain is no more. but that wouldn't be honest. You are going to experience pain. I am going to experience more pain, and I pray sincerely in my heart of hearts that we have people around us to support us. I am grateful to have people around me who supports me, and I pray that you have folks around you who support you, and I pray that you are someone who supports others when they are going through pain in any way that you can, in any ways that we can. I should. So, guys, listen, world. Listen, world. The District of Queens, peace and love. Sefu Sankofa, peace and love, my brother. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Listen, guys. I know none of us want to experience pain. I know it, right? I've been there. I don't want this to happen. This shouldn't be happening. This shouldn't be happening. Oh, this is messed up. This is too much. Why am I experiencing this? Why am I going through this? Why me? We all experience pain, and nobody wants to. Nobody wants to experience this pain, whether it's physical pain, right? Injuries, right? Health issues, emotional pain, death, loss, right? Breakups, right? Like homeless, like all of the things, all of the different ways that a person can experience physical, mental, emotional, spiritual pain. None of us want to experience it, not consciously, right? Consciously, we want to avoid it. However, let me remind you guys, and let me jump right into it. Avoiding the pain will prevent you, right? Trying to avoid the pain, trying to avoid doing the hard things and feeling the deep, heavy, hard emotions, trying to avoid them is going to prevent you from getting where you want to go. So understand that your pain that you experienced in the past, right? And trust me that, like, I'm with you. I understand that some might say it's easy for me to speak like this when I didn't experience some of the things that others experienced. Respect to that, right? Like, respect to that. But I also understand that there are some people who have experienced the so-called worst of human life, right? Being raped, right? Like all of the things, yet they know. They have come to know later on down the line that it was a purpose in that. Not that that thing happened, that they deserved it, and that it, no, but that from that thing happening, right, they was able to extract wisdom that later on allowed them to help somebody else going through something similar, right? There was a woman who was violated too many times to count, she says, right? Too many times to count. She went on to do some pretty good things with her life. And then a young sister was violated, and his older sister was able to be there for her and talk her through some things that someone else wouldn't be able to talk her through because they didn't experience it, right? They didn't experience what she experienced. So somebody else, the average person, right, especially because they may have experience, but they might not be ready to talk about it, to be honest, to have not like, oh yeah, it was good that that happened, but that happened, and this is what I'm gonna do with that, right? So if you do, if it's certain things that you are experiencing, not just for you. And I understand that we have been conditioned to have this very self-centered view, like my life is my life, and I need to experience what I need to experience for me. Man plans, but God is the best of planners, right? And so there are some things, like, because we are interconnected beings, because we are connected, literally, we are connected. We are sharing this time, we are sharing this space on earth. We are connected through our freaking brain waves and frequency. We are connected through our consciousness. We are connected because we are connected. Your life is interconnected with the lives of others. So there are some things that you are experiencing now that's not really for you now. It's for you to share with somebody else, for you to teach somebody else 10 years, 20 years down the line, 30, 40 years down the line, right? They understand that when I interviewed, when I did the Vegan Adventures with Sugar Ray show last year, and I interviewed David Tianga, owner of Urban Vegan Kitchen and Urban Vegan Roots, he mentioned something so freaking profound, right? He's been practicing yoga for 30 years. He said it was last year, right? Like 2023, going into 2024 and 2024, that he realized, right after 30 years of doing yoga, he realized last year what it was all for, because he had lost his uncle, he lost his mom, and he lost his dog in 1 year, back to back to back. He said all of that practice was for that, right? And so that could be, he was able to use that these things happen for me to get to this experience, right? Now, him going through that experience, losing those tough people, now he can help someone else on his team, someone else in his family, right? When they're going through things, like, listen, just breathe through it. It's okay. Do this practice, right? Like, the pain has a freaking purpose, man. Like, nothing is just because. Whether you say God, Allah, the universe, great spirit, ancestors, or the universe, however you spill it, however you put it, it is all part of a greater design. It is all part of a greater plan. Your pain has a purpose. You are chosen. You are beautiful. You are divine. You are not experiencing what you're experiencing because you are a bad person. You are not going through the pain. You are not having the hardships. You are not experiencing the losses. You are not experiencing the failures, right? The senses of disappointment, right? Of loneliness. You're not experiencing what you're experiencing because you're a bad person and because you're not loved. Actually, I will go as far to say that you are experiencing the depth of the level of pain that you are experiencing specifically because you are special. Because you have a greater purpose. You have a greater plan. The divine has a greater vision for your life. But you got to go through some things. You got to go through some things so that you can grow through some things. Understand that you have to go through some things so that you can grow through some things, so that ultimately you can glow through some things. You go through it, you grow through it, and then you glow through it, right? You light the path for someone else going through it. We are all, to some degree, light bearers for someone else coming behind us, someone else next to us, just like there have been light bearers for us. All right. There's a guy in my neighborhood. I never even thought about it this way. Walter Chick Austin. He is forever a legend to us in Queensbridge, and those who from Queensbridge spent time in Queensbridge, right? But also other parts of the city, because he was all over the city, right? But Walter Chick Austin, may his soul rest peacefully. He created the first official team program in the Reese Community Center, right? Operation Pair program. I was a part of 97, 98, 99, right? And a couple years after that. But he was a dad, right? He was a husband, right? But his backstory, he was a criminal. He spent mad time in prison, in and out of prison, right? In and out of prison, in and out of prison. Him and his family, right? Is tough crew. But he went through what he went through, right? Ultimately, because later in his life, right, he had learned some things. He had realized some things through his pain, right? Through his pain, through his failures, through his prison sentences, through all of the losses, all of the disappointment, all of the defeats, through all of that, he realized that he had something in him, right? Was it in him before the pain, before the experiences? I don't know, right? But he realized that through all that, he had something in him that wanted to help young people. And so he created the program. He helped save the Reese, right? Robert Harvey tells the story of Nolan, right? William Newland, Newland, who was the executive director of the Reese for a bunch of years. Tells the stories of in the late 80s, early 90s, the Reese falling apart, no money, no programs, nothing happening, right? It's just there. Newland gets in touch with Chick, right? And Chick, with his own money, right, starts a youth program, starts getting young people to come in, starts getting young people to do things with his own funds. And then not like he had a lot of money, but when you're in Queensbridge, when you're in a big neighborhood, and when you connected to people in general, especially people in the streets, you hold them accountable. Listen, I need $100 from you. I need $50 from you. We need $200 from you. Because we got to do this thing. We got to do this thing for our children, for our young people. We got to do this thing. Right. And so he was able to pull money together, do some stuff for some young people that ultimately, right, this is late 80s, early 90s. Ultimately, by 1996, 1997, right, it may have started in 95, but 96, 97, he was able to connect with the Children Aid Society, right? And they was able to get funding for an official program. And that's when you know, I came up, me, Chick Son Kyle, and all of us, right? All of us. I want to say not the wildest generation of Queensbridge, but probably like I don't know what to say, but my generation in QB was like, whoa, right? And the elders say, the young people say, like, you're special, not bad special, right? Some, but like just different. Because we was able to introduce new things to the community, or we help bring new things to the community just by the time, right? But yeah, right. So all of the pain that he went through, like it planted a seed in him, right? All of the things that he struggled with, all of the times that he had, planted a seed in him, and he was able to later on build something that like the impact is still felt, right? I ain't been in the program 20 some years. I'm 41 years old, right? Like, but still impacted. Social worker Dave, still my best friend, right? Heru Shango, who was James Moody back then, right? Like 14, 41, we're great friends still, right? And these was folks who was educated. These was folks who was program leaders, right? Who was probably running the program. Chick, before he died, is my guy. We sit in front of the building and we chat for hours, talk about his health, talk about his life, talk about, you know, my ex-wife is pregnant at the time, talk about my daughter coming, all right, talk about my son, talk about like me, like chat. But that came from the pain that he experienced. He was able to experience pain and be like, no, I'm doing something with this. I'm not just going to let this pain just be. No, I'm going to use this. I'm going to do my best to ensure that the young people in my family and in my neighborhood stay on the right path. So understand your pain has a purpose, beloveds. Like your pain is not just happening. Like God don't work that way. God, Mother God, Father God ain't punishing you like that. Your parent ain't doing that to you, brothers and sisters. They not doing that to you. That's not what's happening. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. You're being refined. You are special. You are sacred. You are loved. You are cherished and adored. Understand that, please. And get something from the pain. If you're going through it, you might as well make it mean something. Don't go through it just to go through it and be like, yeah, I went through all this pain. I had all of this loss. This sucks. That sucks. That sucked. And then it's just that you're just complaining or you're just talking about it for the rest of your life. Like, do something with it. Make a film, right? Ain't nothing wrong with talking about it and expressing it, but put it in a book form. Put it in a film. Put it in a course. Put it in a class. Allow it to push you forward and put you in a position to help others. Don't be selfish. Don't be selfish and keep the pain to yourself. Share it. Share it in a form of wisdom. Share it in a form of love. Share it in a form of patience, in a form of compassion, in a form of understanding, in a form of grace. Share your pain. More specifically, share your pain through your lived purpose. Find a purpose. You may not know, you may not have a purpose right now. You may be like, I ain't got no purpose. I'm just alive. I'm just here. I'm just existing. Cool. It is what it is. Everybody don't feel like they got a purpose. Everybody don't feel like this thing is predetermined. And it may not be, right? Cool. But what I do know is that if it happened, it happened. There's nothing you can do about it, no matter how much you wish, no matter how much you cry about it, no matter how much you pray about it, that it didn't happen. It happened. You cannot erase it from happening from history. You cannot erase the impact of it from your brain, from your heart, from your body. Your body keeps the score, right? Your spirit remembers everything. You cannot undo it. So then what do? Do you just complain that it shouldn't have happened your whole life? What kind of life is that? No, it happened, so it happened. Now, what am I going to make of this thing? I got these ingredients. They were just dropped in my kitchen. You going to cook or not? Huh? You going to cook or not? You going to wash the ingredients and let them go bad? That's a word. The ingredients were dropped in your kitchen. And I'm going to go even deeper to say that a lot of us asked for this. Not specifically, I didn't specifically ask to be shot. I didn't specifically ask to lose my dad at 11 years old. I didn't specifically ask to since lose 3 siblings, to see friends killed by friends, to have the challenges with my mom, to have a divorce, right? To be divorced, to have been homeless. I didn't ask to experience those things, no. But what I did ask for, that's why you gotta be careful what you ask for, because you may get it. And it don't come the way that you think it should come or the way that you believe it will come. It comes how God give it. Right? What I did ask for was to be one of the greatest humans to ever live. That's what I asked for as a youth. As I learned about Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Steve Biko, and all of the others, right? As my dad exposed me to so much, as my uncles exposed me to so much, as the people in the community center exposed me to so much, I asked to become one of the greatest humans to ever live. Because I'm going to tell you how I asked that question. This is literally what my brain process was. I used to read about these guys, right? About the women too, pardon me. I used to read about all of these folks, the great men, the great women in the world. And I used to wonder what their life was like. That's why I used to wonder, what is their life like? I know what I'm reading, right? I know what I'm seeing on TV. I know what I'm hearing. But what's their life really like? What's their life like at 8 in the morning? What's their life like at 3 in the morning on a Friday? Right? Like, I used to ask those questions, right? Like, I used to sit and ask those questions to friends, having conversations, and to myself. Like, I wonder what Malcolm X was doing at 2 in the morning on Friday on this day after this happened. Right? I wonder what this person was doing. And so I say, yo, I would like to be, right? Like, I would like to have that life. Like, I remember watching movies and shows and seeing folks, right? Like, in politics and connected with community leaders and things like that. I'm like, yo, that's pretty cool to have like a senator's number in your phone, right? Like, to have a council person's number in your phone, to have a mayor's number in your phone, to be able to go to the governor's office. I'm like, as a youth, like, that's pretty cool. Like, I want that. I want to know what that feels like. I want to know what that's like. Then I want to know what it feels like. Then I want that. Then I don't just want it like casually. No, I want to be one of the greats. I want to be in that conversation. And then as I grew, humbly, respectfully to all, because so many have inspired me, so many have given me jewels and wisdom that has allowed me to be who I am today, right? But then at some point I said, I want to be the greatest to ever live. I want to be the greatest human to ever live. Because I'm experiencing this pain. And the depth of this pain is freaking great. And some of it may not be that bad, but because of my empathy, because of who I am and how I am, I may feel it a little deeper. Because I understand the connections, I understand the ramifications, I understand how things happen. They don't just impact you. Something happens, a husband and wife divorce. Husband and wife, 2 children, divorce, they split. Children are split. So many ramifications. Yes, husband and wife going through it. They can't see eye to eye. They don't love each other no more. Maybe they do love each other, but they're just not getting along. So like, it's better to split while we still have some type of respect, some type of something, than to stay together, end up hating each other and wanting to hurt each other. It's better to split at that point, right? 100%. Husband and wife split. Children now is a little confused, but deeper than just the immediate family, right? Deeper than just the immediate family, they've built friendships between each other, right? And maybe they have had projects going on that understand there's ramifications for everything that we do. There's a consequence that doesn't just impact us, but that impacts the people connected to us. There are ramifications and consequences and things that happen because every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So when something happens, something equal and opposite is going to come. And the people close to you are going to be impacted directly and indirectly, right? Indirectly or directly by, we're connected, husband and wife, we're married. My best friend, my bro, became one of your best friends, but now because the energy is weird, now we split, and like, you may got some stuff for him, he may got some feelings about you and how you handle things, and now you're not connected, but y'all miss each other. Y'all just need to talk, but you don't want to talk. He doesn't want to feel unloyal or disloyal to me by communicating with you, and you don't want nothing to do with me, so you don't even want to talk to him, right? Like, impact. It's right. So many different ways people connected to us, people close to us, are impacted, and so there's nothing we can do about that, right? Like, again, life is going to give us challenges. Life is going to present challenges for us, but the challenges do not come to break you. The pain has not come to break you, my brother and my sister. My brothers and my sisters, the pain has not come to break you. It has not. It's come to refine you. It's come to strengthen you. It's come to empower you. It's come to evoke a different level of faith in you. It's come to evoke a different level of creativity in you. It came to inspire, right? More compassion, deeper reflection and introspection in you. It did not come to break you. That is not how this thing works. You are one with the universe. Literally, the same elements that the freaking stars are made of is in your body. You are made of the same things. You are stardust. So because you are stardust, you are just a little depending on who you ask, more or less advanced, right? You're a human being, right? More advanced, less advanced, right? But you are human. You are here. You are here. You are a living, breathing example, expression of that which is eternal, of that which has no form. You are the form, one of the forms that was manifested from that which has no form, right? The formless, right? Like, so you are one with everything. Nothing is happening to you. Everything is happening for you. Everything. You are always moving. The arrow of time only moves forward. Time only goes forward. Space expands and constricts, right? Contracts. But it also moves, right? Like, because the contraction now is going to be different than it is in 10 years. It's not going to contract back to the same thing it is now, right? So it's always going to inhale, exhale, right? Inhale, exhale. It's always doing that. It's living entity, baby. It's breathing. It's breathing, right? But it's moving. It's not stagnant. So you cannot be stagnant. You are not stagnant, even when you feel like you are, even when you consciously as a human being are not taking steps, are not making decisions, are not taking action. The universe is moving around you. The universe is moving within you. And so by sheer default of that, you are in motion. Now, are you doing anything with that motion? Are you conscious of it? That's where the challenges and the problems come. But listen, brothers and sisters, you are one with the universe. You are eternal. Nothing is happening to you. Every single thing is happening for you. It is for your ascension. It is for your elevation. It is to make you who you dreamt of becoming, who you dream of becoming, who your ancestors, your grandparents prayed for you to become. That is what the pain is for. It's come to teach you. The pain is your greatest teacher. Loss is your greatest teacher. Failure is your greatest teacher. You get nothing. You learn nothing from winning. Yeah, you may get inspired, and right, certain people do when they win, they're able to still reflect and go deeper and how can they get better. But when people win, they get complacent. When people win, they get complacent. When people win, they get complacent, and then they don't take action to improve because they think they're the best. And so loss, failure, rejection, right? Sports being cut. Yeah, you did a great job, but we're going in a different direction. Right, being cut unexpectedly, traded unexpectedly, right? Like those things, like whoa, like they teach us, they're reminders, right? They're reminders of what is, So, my brothers and my sisters, you are a conscious human being. What are you taking from your pain? What are you extracting? What wisdom are you extracting? Right, like the wisest people in the world, always. Right? Like since beginning of time, those who have been considered the wisest, the philosophers, the the intellectuals, right? Those who have been the founders, the inventors, who have been considered the greatest, right? The wisest in human history are also people who have experienced some of the greatest pains. Some of them have some of the toughest beginnings. Right? Like, understand that there are some folks who were born out of rape. There's some folks who were born in abandoned buildings. Some folks who were born and given away at birth. Don't know the parents. Was born and sold. Was born in so many. And then some who, I would like to say, and mean no disrespect, but some who chose not to blame, right? And not even to be accountable and say, I deserve this or this happened because of something I did. No, not even that. But those who chose to say, at some point, this hurts. Let me do something with this. Those are the ones who go on to become the greatest. Those are the ones who go on to do the most for humanity. Because they understand that, like, yeah, it's painful. Yeah, it hurts. But it's gonna hurt, right? Like that's life. Life is going to hurt. You are going to lose people you love. You are going to be rejected. You are not going to win every freaking game that you play or everything that you do. You're not going to be successful at it at first. No, you're not. You're not. It's gonna be disappointment. It's gonna be failure. It's gonna be like rejection. It's gonna happen. You are human, but you are great. And the rejection is not a sign that you aren't great, right? the loss is like, again, I have to always go back to the story. Kobe Bryant, 2008 Lakers, Boston Celtics, they lose. Embarrassed. Kobe was great then. He was already great, right? Goals, he cries. The loss, the embarrassment fueled him to go harder, to work harder, to train harder, to learn a little more. Okay, I got to hone myself. I got to bring in another player that I may not like, bring in Metta World Peace, right? I got to maybe, communicate in a different way to inspire my team to get stronger, to get better, to work harder. All right. He allowed his loss. He allowed the failure. He allowed the embarrassment, right? He allowed not accomplishing his goal to fuel him to get better in all of the ways. And then we know what happened. They went to beat the Magic the next year, and then they went to face the Celtics again in 2010, and they won. They redeemed themselves, right? Pretty much the same team on Boston side. LA changed a few people, right? But like, that's the mindset. That's Mamba mentality, right? It's like, yo, I lost, I failed. Admit it. I'm hurt. This thing hurt me. I'm in pain. Admit it. Because only through admitting it, only through admitting what happened and where you are, can you then get something from it. Because other than that, you're going to be wallowing in the pain. Oh, I lost. It shouldn't have happened. It sucks. Oh, they cheated. Oh, this. Oh, my team ain't strong enough. Oh, this. No, accountable. Like, I lost. I suck. I happened. This happened. I did this. Right. And even in that, understand that, yes, take the accountability and say I, but understand that it's a divine thing. And so, yes, say I, but then what can I extract from this? What is the universe trying to show me, trying to teach me? Because it's not just for nothing. It's not happening just for nothing. It's not happening just because you're supposed to have that loss. No, you're supposed to have that loss so that you can have a different perspective about a thing. And then later on, you can either use it for yourself and or use it to help somebody else. And that's what it's about. Again, we are interconnected beings. We are interconnected human beings here, sharing the space and this time, working together to move the whole universe, the whole of humanity forward into the next dimension. That's what we're here for, to the next paradigm. That is what we are here at this time to do. Listen, I tell you guys a story before of how our brother Danique, shout out to my brother Danique, hip-hop artist, incredible hip-hop artist from Brooklyn, incredible lyricist, man. Yeah, he's an incredible artist. Muslim brother, Fruit of Islam, right? That's my man's in them. But Danique, never forget, might have been 2010, might have been 2011, but at some point, right, a couple years back, right, I go see him. I think I went to bring him a book. I think he was buying a book from me, and I was getting something from him, right? But we're in this car. We're in East New York, right? We're in the parking lot, and we're just chatting. We're building an hour, 2 hours, right? And at that point, I didn't have this perspective, right? I didn't have this perspective, not fully, right? And I was going through some things, right? I've been going through some things my whole life, but I was going through some things at that time, and I was, in some pain. I was in some physical, not physical, I was in some mental and emotional pain, some anguish. I wasn't really happy with the way life was going, but I knew like where I was headed. And he said the most profound like analogy. He shared the most profound wisdom to me, right? And it was like once he said it, it made perfect sense immediately, right? We spoke about, so I was going through stuff, not just related to my own personal, but like the world. I was feeling the pain of the world. This might have been, I don't think this was Eric Garner died. It might have been, I can't remember. I'm trying to think what was happening, because it was something. I mean, there's always been stuff happening in the world, right? But I was really upset about some things that was happening. Didn't really see a solution, right? Or didn't really see solutions being implemented by those who I thought would implement solutions or have solutions. Anyway, he says something, right? We're sitting there. He says, think of the earth, Mother Earth, going through pains. No, he said, think of a woman about to give birth, right? She's pregnant. She's about to give birth. The closer she gets to delivering that baby, that child, that the closer she gets to bringing that new life into this realm, the more painful it becomes. And it clicked. And then he said, that's exactly what the earth is doing. The earth is in labor. The earth is bringing forth a new way. A new way is being birthed. A new paradigm is being fostered. He said, that's exactly what the earth is doing. So it's painful. And it clicked. It was like, yes, the pain And clearly I'm not a woman, right? So I don't know, but I know I'm born of a woman. I have a mother, I have sisters, right? My ex-wife, I'm a dad, right? My fiance is a mother, children, right? So I've got some perspective. I've heard some stories. I've heard some things. I've seen some pain, right? Women in pain giving birth, but it said the pain, the closer she gets to delivering that baby, the pain seems almost unbearable, almost unbearable. It said some people said it said people would rather die. Some people obviously would rather die than experience childbirth. It's that painful. That's what I've heard. It's that painful. But what happens? You breathe, you push, you breathe and you push, and you may yell and scream a bit, right? You may yell and scream a bit, but you breathe and you push. And then eventually what happens? New life emerges. And what happens when new life emerges? Smiles everywhere. Smiles, laughter, and it all becomes worth it. It all becomes worth it. It all becomes worth it when that new life emerges, and it just all makes sense. Like I had to go through that pain to get here. I had to go through that pain to get here. I had to go through all of that pain. That freaking insides being rearranged and rib cage and all of the stuff, all of the pain. I had to go through that to experience this. I had to go through that to experience this. That is a perspective that you only get through going through it. You only can get that experience by going through it. Only by going through it, right? But this is the beauty. You don't gotta. You could be a man, or you could be a woman who doesn't have a child, doesn't want a child, can't have children, whatever the case may be. But we all still experience to some degree that birthing process, right? Metaphorically, you have an idea, right? You have a vision, right? Like things get painful. Things get painful. But it's not for no reason. It's not just because. It is because something is coming after that. But you got to go through this. You have to go through this. Can you sharpen a sword without fire? Can you make the sword what it needs to be made, right? Without the fire? Probably not. Probably not. So yes, the fire burns, but the fire purifies. The fire refines. The fire sharpens. Come on. Come on. You are great. You are powerful. You are beautiful. You are royal. You are special. Know that. Tap into that. Don't let the pain break you. Don't let it make you weak. And feeling the pain, being hurt, that doesn't make you weak, right? What makes you weak is not admitting that I'm hurt and I'm feeling pain, right? Because then you're not being real with yourself. That's weakness. Not pretending that, oh, you good and it doesn't hurt. No, like it hurts because it's supposed to hurt. You got greatness in you. You got greatness in your DNA. You are meant to do something with your life. But because we are how we are, we grew up how we grew up, some of us ain't got the connection, the intellectual, the whatever it is. We ain't got the certain qualities about ourselves that we need in order to become who we dream of becoming. So we got to go through some things. You got to be a little more compassionate. So you got to lose some people. You got to have a little more grace. So you got to be judged and ridiculed, right? You got to understand like the value of money in a safe space at home. So you got to be homeless and broke for a little while. It's for a reason. It's for a purpose. And like, I'm always gonna share a personal story, right? Like, so some of you guys know me. Like, I'm fortunate, grew up, we had some money, right? Family had some money, we had property, we had things, right? But at some point, everything changes. My dad dies, changes everything, it changed the freaking whole direction of my life. Dad dies at 11 years old. Older sister dies at 14 years old. Just those two alone changed everything, shifted everything. But it gave me a different perspective. It gave me a different angle, right? So much loss. It made me understand connection and loss at a deeper level that if I don't have those losses, if I don't have those experiences, those pain points, I'm not able to express how I'm able to express. I'm not able to be as open with communicating as I am now, right? Expressing my feelings, expressing my likes and my dislikes, right? That which I love and that which I'm like, right? I don't like that at all, right? Like I'm able to express that because I went through some things. And not only am I able to express it, I'm able to now be a support and a safe space for others who are going through similar things and things that are very different. but they know that I know pain. They know that I know pain. They know that because I know pain, I have compassion and I have grace. Right? They know that. And so they call and they show up and they hit me. Right? Because they know that, like, I'm lost. And I've gotten something from my loss. I've extracted something from the pain. It's not, no, I ain't going through this just to go through it. No, we're going to figure something out so we can grow through it, and then we're going to glow through it. And so I haven't put it out yet, right? It's not done yet, but my dad passed when I was 11. I made that into a film, right? We got a script, right? We got a script. It's not a film yet, but we got a script. The most painful moment of my life is the script, which is a part, right? Which is one part of a series, right? When I express, right, through film, I'm going to express through film some of the pains that I experienced and how they impacted me. We're going to do that, right? So the most painful moment of my life, because I don't write the script if my dad doesn't pass. And I know that there are other people whose dad passed suddenly, right? But and they was close to him, right? There's other people who have different kind of pains, right? But they can identify what is the most painful moment of your life. That film is going to spark that question in people so that they can ask themselves, then what's the most painful moment in my life? How did that impact me? Because I know, and I still may not know fully, but I know to some degree how my dad's transition to me at the time, untimely transition, right? I know how that impacted me. It made me angry, it made me violent, it made me less trusting, all right? It made me feel alone because at that point, I felt like I could not depend on my mother for the emotional support or all of the things, right? And so it was my dad. My dad was gone, and I felt completely lonely, and that made me, because I was always a talker, right? I was always a talker. I was always a people person, but at some point, after my dad passed for years, talked to some people, but I became extremely to myself, extremely introverted. And I wouldn't even say introverted. I became extremely introspective. Like I'm just in my own head now, in my own head, remembering, right, my dad's face, remembering, right, but like also like deeply like, why did this happen? It shouldn't be happening to me. Why did my dad go? All of those things. I'm there. I'm in that space, right? I'm a kid. I'm in that space. But again, I understand that if that doesn't happen, if my dad doesn't pass when I'm 11, my older sister doesn't pass when I'm 14, I don't go down the path that I go down in life. Probably never end up in the streets, right? Hustling, all right? Probably never go to prison. But then I'm not who I am today. Will I still be great? Possibly, most likely, is some stuff in my DNA, right? Some stuff that I think, pre-wired for. But I'm not who I am today. And there's no guarantee that I'm alive. There's no guarantee that I'm alive. So I know that in my life at 41 years old, when I look back, I know that every single pain point was for a reason. It was to teach me something. Have I gotten all of the lessons? Probably not, right? I probably haven't gotten all of the lessons. But that's the journey, right? Like we work on it. We work on it. We work on bettering ourselves in spite of, despite of, and sometimes because of, right? We are not great despite the pain. We are not great in spite of the pain. No, we are great because of the pain. The pain fortified us. The pain, like, it did something to us. It put us through the ringer, as they say. Yo, put them through the ringer. So somebody asked a question, right? It's one of the YouTube talks I listen to, and I've been using this lately with folks, like sharing this. Somebody asked in one of the talks, I don't remember who it was. I can't put the name in my head right now, right? But they asked the question, they said, if you could create the perfect human, your ideal human, right? You can create your ideal human, right? Like your child, right? You can create your ideal human. What would you put them through? Hearing that hit me. Like it hit me hard when I first heard that a while ago, right? And it still comes up like every so often as part of a talk, right? If you could create your ideal human, what would you put them through? Immediately, like everything. Because my ideal human is strong, is resilient, right? It's compassionate, right? Like has deep perspective and philosophy, understands psychology and sociology. So how do you get to experience to have all of that knowledge and wisdom and understanding? You got to go through things. So I will put my ideal human through everything. And now let me tell you how this works on a subconscious level. This thing is deep, man. You got to be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. I wrote a book to my daughter. Dear Usha, messages to my firstborn, right? Usha Rain Marston, right? Letters, poems, and stories, right? Nice 70-page book, short book, quick read, letters, poems and stories about her, to her, for her to know, right? Give her some perspective, some thought, right? I wrote the book within her first year of being born, right? And in the book is different parts where I'm speaking about how she's going to, because I know, again, I know who I was creating. I know what I was, and I know why I was creating her, right? Take my vision, right? My mission, my energy, my essence, and take it further, make it greater, right? This world healing spirit, take it further, make it greater, continue to heal the world even after I'm gone, beloved, right? That's why I created my daughter. And so I knew she's gonna be one of the greatest humans to ever live, right? That's what I wanted to create. I wanted to create like a me, but a daughter, right? Like greatest human, right? One of the greatest humans to ever live. And so in the book, I'm telling her, I said, yo, you're going to experience deep hardship. You're going to have some things that you feel should not happen are going to happen. I wrote this to my daughter in her book. You're going to experience loss. It's one of the poems when I told her, your mother and I won't always be here. People who were there at your birth, at your beginning, won't be there always, right? Everybody at some point is going to leave you, right? And then at some point you're going to leave, right? But I wrote this to her in this book. And then she experienced one of the greatest pains a person can experience, right? Being without a dad for 18 months. Shockingly, right? Like shockingly, like expecting something, having a hope for something was away, and then it was a change, and then it was some friction, and then it just was. And I hold that. But I also know that this thing is deeper than any one person or any two people's conscious choices. This is universal design. And everybody's not going to understand that, and you got to be okay with everybody not understanding that. And some people are so in the physical, right? Like this, like we can't say we are more than our body. We are not our body. We are spirit. And then something happens physically, we blame all of the physical, right? Or we experience something in the physical world, and it's not all physical. It's not all conscious decision. It's not all hard. It has nothing to do with that. To some degree, of course. But when it feels like it's beyond your control, when it feels like no matter how much you want to do this thing just is not happening, you have to then, I would say, it was the smart thing to do, is the wild thing to do, to chalk it up to the invisible forces. Not as a sense of like escape, like, oh, you can't figure it out. Like, no, this thing is beyond human understanding. This thing is beyond human design. This thing, because if you would have made a different choice, if I could have made a different choice, I would have made a different choice. I would never consciously choose to not be in my children's lives. I would never consciously choose that. Never. Like, that's not who I am. I would never consciously choose to not to be in any child's life. Like, bring all the children here, right? Mine or not, right? And if you know me, that's how I am. Come on. I would never consciously choose it. So this thing is divine design. My daughter, in order to become who she needs to become, right? It's the book I wrote to her. And then my son, in order to become who he needs to become, they had to go through this. And now, because I'm not dead, right? Because I'm here and I'm back and I'm here. So now I can help them extract wisdom from this pain. I can help them get something from this pain. I can help them refine themselves and be refined by this pain, not just have a painful moment, which is what some people do. Some people have painful moments and it's just they live in that pain forever and they want other people to live in that pain forever. No, we're going to heal. We're going to heal. We're going to use this. We're going to extract. It's like digging for gold. Like we are in, like, it's a space. It's tough stuff, right? We're digging for diamonds, right? It's all the terrain is not smooth. It's rocky, it's bumpy, it's a little filthy. It doesn't feel good on your feet. It doesn't feel good on your body. May not smell so great, right? Air quality may, right? But you digging and you keep digging and you go deeper and deeper and deeper until you get what it is that makes you feel like, aha, it was worth it. It was worth it. Because in every person, every freaking what you say, jeweler, right? Stone freaking forager, all right? Like, they have the same thing. Like, I'm digging, I'm searching, I'm hunting, I'm sweating, my back is hurting, my arms are aching, I'm in pain, it's hot. But once you get the stone, the gem that you came for, that you were looking for, that you were searching for, that you heard about, once you get the gem, you sit back, oh, it was worth it. I can't believe it. Look at this. Same thing with the baby being born. Husband and wife It could have stressful last few months. Stressful. Like to the point that at odds, they're at what's in. But the baby being born has the potential. The new life emerging has the potential to bring them together, and they sit there sweaty, hot, mama sweaty, mama's in pain. Right? If mama is conscious, mama has got her baby and smiling, regardless of how she looks. Her hair could be crazy, whatever the case may be, right? Like, new life has emerged and she is happy. And husband is there and they're smiling and they're rubbing their creation and they're admiring and adoring their creation. Understand, my brothers and my sisters, you have that same potential. You have that same opportunity. But you got to go through the pain. Part of me wishes I could tell you that it's going to be okay. You ain't going to go through no pain. You're going to have an easy road. But I know that wouldn't make you great. An easy road would not make you great. It may make you seem great. It may make you think that you're great. But it's not, you got to go through some things. Right. And so, again, I'm sure we're alive. Right. We've all gone through some things. We're all going through some things. I think it was Steve Harvey said, Jim Rohn maybe said, so everybody's in a storm. You either just got out of a storm, currently in the storm, or you're headed towards a storm. You can't avoid the storm. It's going to rain. It's going to rain. The weather is going to be unfavorable. The winter is going to come. But you know what? Survive, endure, thrive through it. And then what happens after winter? Your whole life, what's happened after winter? Spring. Every single year. I'm 41. 41 times it's happened. My mother is 63. 63 times it's happened, right? Like, my aunt was 90 before she transitioned. 90 times it happened, right? The oldest human on the planet right now, I think 120-something, I think that has been reported. 120-something times, the same exact thing has happened. It's been winter, and then there's been spring. There's been winter, and then there's been spring. And then the other stuff, the summer, the fall, right? But then winter and spring. Winter, spring. Winter, spring. Spring always follows winter. The freaking rain don't last always. If the sun don't shine forever, right? If the sun doesn't shine forever, the rain doesn't last always. So embrace it all. When it's sunny, dance, feel good, feel the joy, feel the energy, feel the vibration, but prepare. Start getting stuff. Start getting the rain jacket. Start getting the shovel. Start getting the stuff because the storm is going to come. And when it's storming, dance. Still, same energy. Because you know that, yes, it does not feel good now. Yes, it is not good now. My bones are cold. My body is cold. It's getting dark early. It does not feel good now. But I know in only a few months, right? In only a few months, few short months, and it becomes shorter the more engaged I am in life. So let me not just sit here and complain. Let me do something with this time. Let me be active at this time and engage in my own life and the lives of the people in my family, in my community. Let me be engaged so that time goes by faster. And before I know it, I look up and the sun is out a little bit longer. The temperature is a little bit higher. There's a little less rain. And even when it is rain, it's not as bad. I don't feel as bad. Things do get better. Things always get better. Things always improve. But you, my brother and sister, have to ensure that you extract something from it. Or unless you're going to keep going through the same things. Unless or it's just going to be nothing. And you're just going to have a mundane life. And you're just going to be like, yo, yeah, I just went through that loss. I just had that pain. And that's what it is. What are you doing with it? What are you doing with it? So please, you are going to go through pain, right? You are, and that's just out there. Such is life. Please get something from it. Please extract wisdom. Extract something from the pain that you were going through. You can do it. It's not an easy thing to do, right? But that's why you got support. You got me, right? You got people around you who will support you, who want to support you, who do support you, who do help you stand up, who will give you perspective to help ensure that you are in the right mindset and you're not just wallowing in your pain, and because that doesn't help anything. Right. But yeah, guys, that is our talk this morning. Your pain has a purpose. Please get something from it. Do not let it be just what it is. Make yourself great. Transform your pain into power. Right. Turn your struggles into successes. And turn your tragedies into triumphs. You could do it. You got the tools, right? You got the vision. You just got to have the will and the courage and perspective, right? But thank you guys for tuning in. The Black Therapist, what's going on? What's going on? Jazzy S Entertainment, peace and love. What's going on? What's going on? Black people, please unite. What's going on, my brother? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We are going to burn some Palo Santo and get into a light, short meditation. My brothers and my sisters, please get comfortable. Please get comfortable. If you are sitting, allow your feet to rest firmly on the floor beneath you, the ground beneath you. Allow your back to be straightened by the chair behind you. Allow your arms, your hands to rest gently in your lap or by your side. And allow your head to lean forward so that your chin is in your chest. And just fall into your breath. Fall into your breath, my brothers and my sisters. Fall into the breath. Become aware of its constant flow. Be aware of the purpose that your breath serves. Life, energy, life essence. Become aware of the breath. Give thanks for the breath. Your breath is a testament to your life. Your breath is a testament to your survival. Your breath is a testament to your ability to expand constantly. So see yourself as your breath. See yourself as your breath. Immerse yourself fully into the breathing. See yourself on that invisible level, in that invisible realm. Just being how you be. In every space that you occupy, at any time, remember that you are breath. You expand, you constrict, and you keep moving. Your pain has not stopped your breath. It may have at times made you feel short of breath. It may have at times made you forget to breathe. But everything that you have experienced thus far, you're still breathing. Your breath is still flowing in and out of your body. You are still here. And now you have experience. Now, if you tap in, you have a reservoir of wisdom at your disposal. You now have connection with other people you may not have had connection with if you haven't had your experiences. Some of those people you know. Some of those people you need to know, and they need to know you. So continue to journey. My brothers and my sisters, continue to journey. Continue to allow your pain to be a catalyst to your power. Please do not see your pain as punishment. Do not see your pain as something that should not be happening. Do not see your pain as something that has come to break you or to destroy you. You are loved, you are cherished, you are sacred, and you are adored by the divine. You are cared for, you are guided and protected, you are nourished. And so, be who you are fully. Be the ever expanding version of yourself. Be the eternal, loving, and powerful version of yourself. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. You are light plasma. You are eternal. You are never ending. This time is just a blip in the time of the universe. And so whatever time you have spent experiencing pain is just a blip. It's just a small portion of the whole. So remember that as you journey through your day. Remember that as you journey through your week, as you continue on through your summer. Remember that your pain has a purpose. And if you choose, you can extract power from it. And the greater the pain, the greater the power. You are loved. You are cherished. You are sacred, and you are adored. You are more powerful than you think. You are stronger than you know. And you are greater than you could ever imagine. I love you. I love you. I love you. Ashe. When you're ready, you can slowly begin to open your eyes. Come back to the space if your eyes are closed. Listen, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here with me on a Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a beautiful week. Please, 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 please extract wisdom, power, and beauty from your pain. I love you guys. And I'll see you next week. Peace.